There is a weird amount of Trump music floating around. The Chosen One.
He's something divine. He gets in trouble bigly time after time.
Gets in trouble bigly time after time. Is that what they just said?
He's controversial, but one thing is true. Imperfect people, a perfect God can use. I'm standing with the Chosen One.
The Chosen One. Standing with the Chosen One. I've talked about this before. I'm not going to hit it again today, but there is a Trump theology. I don't mean like a Trump cult. Yeah, obviously, that MAGA is a cult or whatever, but I mean an actual religious belief in which Trump is fulfilling the role that Jesus was expected to fulfill when he comes back. So the belief is that Donald Trump is the second coming of Jesus, basically, in literal terms. And I guess these people are from that like belief system, right? The Chosen One. The production quality on this video, on this song, is out of this world.
I'm standing with the Chosen One.
I am the Chosen One.
Ain't no stopping what the Lord's begun. He's only human like you and me, just a chosen one.
Oh my God. You remember this scene right here with the Bible? You know, where he shot tear gas into the streets, or he had his people do it for him so that he could clear protesters away and walk to a nearby church that didn't even fucking like him. The pastor at the church said that was really grotesque what he just did to all those people who didn't do shit to anybody, violated their right to free speech. He showed up there and held a Bible up. People said the Bible was upside down. Actually, it wasn't, it turns out. It was not upside down. That was just a, kind of an urban legend or whatever. But it's still disgusting. I honestly think Trump is like our first atheist president. I'm not proud of that. I don't like that. I just think it's a fact. That's all. I mean, I'm an atheist. I don't want his stupid identifying with me. I just don't believe for a split second that he is religious to any degree, especially after he was asked, how do you pray?
What's your relationship with God like, and how do you pray? That's Sharon from Alabama.
Okay, so I think it's good. I do very well with the evangelicals.
You think what's good?
I love the evangelicals. And I have more people saying they pray for me.
Oh, he doesn't have to pray because people are doing it. He has a guy that does that for him. Really? It's just like, how can you possibly... This isn't just a matter of, well, everybody's imperfect. We've all got our flaws we're working on. No, that's not what this is. This guy, as far as I can tell, is an atheist. I don't believe that he buys any of this. And when asked how he prays, he says he has a guy do it for him. When asked what his favorite Bible verse is, he says, I like all of them. That's very personal. I don't want to say. When asked if he's a New Testament or an Old Testament man, that's a good question. Like, are you fire and brimstone, death penalty for disrespecting your children, blah, blah, blah? Or are you New Testament, peace and love, take care of the poor, so on and so forth? When asked, are you Old Testament or New Testament, he says, both equally. I like them both equally. What? Nobody likes them both equally. They're completely different books. They're different world philosophies. You can't love both war and peace simultaneously like that. It is so stupid. It is so stupid. Quick interjection, this won't take long, I promise. I'd appreciate it if you watched to the end of the video, or at least a couple extra seconds, because YouTube bases its algorithm off of watch time. The more watch time a video has, the further the video will go. Also, take a look at my website, owenmorgan.com. I'm selling my book, Understanding Jehovah's Witnesses, 400 pages, and my second book, 100 Questions for Jehovah's Witnesses, which is about 80 pages. And you can find them both there on the website. Audio form, ebook form, whatever. It's about my experiences within the religion and the history of the religion generally. The 100 questions are intended to challenge a religious leader, so I'd appreciate it if you give it a read. Okay, back to the video. Anyway, keep listening to this song, The Chosen One, by Natasha Owens. My God. I hope she doesn't give me a copyright strike.
You and me, just a chosen one.
Somebody had to do it.
Chosen one. This great nation is under attack, and its real leader has arrows in his back.
And its real leader has arrows in his bag. Biden, Fani Willis, I think, Alvin Bragg, Letitia James, and Jack Smith. Those are the prosecutors coming after him. Bragg succeeded. Seems like Fani Willis, that case is dying. It seems like the documents case where he kept classified documents and refused to turn them over, kept them in his bathroom, probably sat on his toilet reading them like they were a f***ing shampoo bottle. Yeah, that was stalled, that case, by the judge that he appointed, Eileen Cannon. And Jack Smith is a prosecutor in that one. So anyway, I guess they're just listing like all of the prosecutors, okay?
So many greet him with a Judas kiss, but God gave us a warrior for such a time as this. I'm standing with the chosen one.
I'm wondering why they're not showing the pictures of him standing next to Jeffrey Epstein and all of the girls that he stood next to with Jeffrey. Why didn't they show any of that?
Ain't no stopping what the Lord's begun. He's only human like you and me, just a chosen one, the chosen one. Brothers and sisters, lay down your stones. There's only one God and he's still on the throne. I'm standing with the chosen one. Ain't no stopping what the Lord's begun.
Like, honestly, this is a really high production quality song, right? Seriously. It's really, really good. If it had been about any other subject, hell, loving Jesus even, if it had been about loving your kids or something, it doesn't sound like a dark song, like sadness, like I've lost my wife and my kids or anything like that. It doesn't sound like that. It's more of upbeat, right? So I guess it could be about loving your kids or even Jesus, but it's simply wild to me that they wrote this song about Donald Trump. If it had been about any other subject, it would have succeeded gloriously. It might still, I don't know. It'd probably be chart topping in the country music genre, like really good. It is insane that this is making its rounds and that it's so popular right now. Like, wow, dude.
Begun. He's only human like you and me.
Oh, yeah, this is where he catered the White House with McDonald's hamburgers, or hamburgers as he calls them with a D. Hamburgers. Oh, you guys remember that? That's just so funny.
Just a chosen one, the chosen one. He stands for me, he stands for you, he stands for freedom, he stands for truth. Trump is the chosen one.
Yeah, so that's the song, The Chosen One. Jesus Christ on a cracker, people. Get a grip on reality. Get a grip on reality, okay? This scene is from when he was, I believe, originally arrested in New York City. I don't remember exactly. Ugh, God, it's just disgusting, dude. It is disgusting. I'm so disappointed that we ended up with Donald Trump as our president. What a colossal scumbag. Also, Melania Trump is stuck in here in a few places, I suppose. Where is she right now, I wonder? Why wasn't she at the courthouse with Donald Trump, supporting her husband? Weird, huh? Well, I guess the trial was about whether he slept with a star, so there's that, I suppose, while he was married to Melania. My God, dude. Get help, people. Okay, this isn't even the only MAGA song, though. It gets crazier, okay? I've talked about some of these other MAGA nutcases in this other MAGA music before, but it's worth giving it a revisit, right? This is Jimmy Levy went pretty far in American Idol. I don't remember where he was. It was Hollywood Week. I don't understand how the whole thing works. I've never even seen an episode, but he got really far, and he did some music with really, really famous rappers. XXXTentacion is one of them. That dude was absolutely nuts in his own right. He had some wild views. He died, sadly, a few years ago, but Jimmy Levy was on his, like, single that released right before his death, and so he kind of shot to the very top of everyone's list after being on that. But listen to this Jimmy Levy guy for a second at this Reawaken America tour, because he's produced a bunch of MAGA music. Quick interjection, this won't take long, I promise. I just want to say I'd appreciate it if you check my Patreon. owenmorgan.com/Patreon to find it. YouTube's algorithm goes up and down, so I can never predict where it's going to be. Having patrons gives me some level of stability. Okay, back to the video.
I got on American Idol, and I went far, went to the end of Hollywood Week. I know you're good at numbers. And, you know,
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
started hanging out more and getting more experiences with how sick these people were in Hollywood. These people are drinking the blood of children. These people are injecting a chemical called Adrenochrome that they extract from children that are scared. This
No. This is the lie that will never die. Okay, adrenochrome, I've talked about it before. Just in case you're unaware, let me hit it one more time. Just take me a second. Adrenochrome is adrenaline that has had an oxygen molecule attached to it to render the adrenaline inert. So when you get into a stressful situation, say you're jumping out of an airplane, you're skydiving, and adrenaline is pumping through your body. To calm you down, to take the adrenaline out of the system, oxygen molecules attach. They come off of the hemoglobin, the red blood cells, I think, and they attach to adrenaline to produce adrenochrome. So it's like smoking a cigarette. Adrenaline would be the tobacco, and adrenochrome is the ash, effectively. The claim about, Hillary Clinton and whoever else he said is that the elites like drinking adrenochrome straight from the tap. It has to come straight from the tap, which means you have to scare... Oh, and it's best taken from kids, apparently, in their mind. None of this is true, of course. So you have to scare a kid half to death. Claims that Hillary Clinton cut a kid's face off, put it on her face, like Hannibal Lecter in The Silence of the Lambs, to scare the kid, to get the blood pumping. And when the blood was pumping, she pumped it into a chalice and drank it and got her adrenochrome high. It's just all of it, complete and total nonsense. It's a QAnon conspiracy theory called Frazzle Drip. Huma Abedin, Anthony Weiner's wife, was supposedly involved in all of this too. But it's just garbage from beginning to end. People have tried adrenochrome. It comes in powdered form. It's not hard to obtain for science. It's been studied by scientists for various reasons. It just gives you a headache if you consume it. That's it. Anyway, this whole thing's a conspiracy theory, a QAnon conspiracy. And that's pretty much the only people you hear Frazzle Drip from, QAnon conspiracy theorists.
A chemical called adrenochrome that they extract from children that are scared. This is really happening, and this is the most popular chemical used in Hollywood for the youth. It's a fountain of youth, they say.
No, they say, who's they? No, nobody says that. That's fake. If you want adrenaline, there's a really simple way to get adrenaline without having to cut faces off and stuff. Go skydiving. Just like that, you've got your own adrenaline high. And actually, I believe EpiPens have adrenaline in them. I could be wrong on that. So I guess get an EpiPen. You know why adrenaline is not used as a recreational drug? Because A, it's not that good, and B, you can produce it yourself pretty easily. It's just so stupid. Just so stupid.
Youth, it's a fountain of youth, they say. It's disgusting, and it needs to be exposed. Jim Caviezel tried to expose it and was called crazy, but it's the truth.
No, he's crazy. Jim Caviezel. He played, I believe, Jesus in The Passion of the Christ, that old movie, if you remember that. And he also played some guy in a movie called The Sound of Freedom. I think he's like the lead character. By the way, Sound of Freedom, also supposedly based on a true story. It was not. The guy that is based on is a right-wing you know, adrenochrome believing QAnon conspiracy theorist, just like Caviezel is. And Caviezel didn't try to expose anything. It's all nonsensical garbage. All of it, all the way down.
This is what is being used.
No.
These people worship the devil.
No. Anyway, he made a music video that I wanted to watch just because it's a MAGA music video. It's so entertaining to me. It starts out and it says, amidst a firmament consumed by the oppressive grip of government overreach and tyrannical control, a man by the name of Jimmy Levy emerged, poised to make a difference. Fueled by I think he misspelled fueled, but whatever. Fueled by the Holy Spirit, he set out to bring together a group of gifted individuals. United by a common thread, they poured their souls into recording the timeless and evocative hymn of freedom. Okay? Let's listen. This is Jimmy Levy right here, by the way, on screen.
Take all our money, but you can't have our soul.
Who's taking his money? I don't want his soul anyway.
You can burn down our buildings, and we'll still find a home.
Okay, like, this is propaganda, obviously. I'm sorry, I have to stop every few seconds to debunk it when he says something wrong. Burn down our buildings? Like, that never happened. What are you talking about? I live in Manhattan. Buildings were not burned down. They're like the, you know, George Floyd protest, people accused of burning buildings down and burning towns to the ground. It was fake. It was spread by people who live in rural communities who are 99% Republican nutcases, MAGA crazies, who have never been to New York City in their lives, never seen it before. And they fearmonger and spread this nonsensical garbage about how New York City's just been burned to the ground. No, I've literally never in my life ever felt unsafe in New York City. And I've been to some places that are famously dangerous. The highest rate of crime in a subway station is, I believe, 179th Street, Jamaica, Queens, and 125th Street, Harlem. And I've been to both, and I did not feel unsafe at either. I just go about my business, live my life. Yeah, there are people there selling fake watches. Yes, there are people there selling subway passes for less than they're actually worth. I don't know where they got them or whatever. Never been mugged, never been threatened, never nothing. This whole thing is just complete bullshit. It's like Fantasyland where he's the victim 24/7.
Our buildings, and we'll still find a home. We will all stick together, and we'll never surrender.
Sorry. Somebody says, not sure when adrenaline and epinephrine became known as the same thing. That's my mistake. Is an EpiPen epinephrine rather than adrenaline? I'm sorry. They got known as the same thing probably because of that scene in Pulp Fiction where they stick the needle of adrenaline in that person's chest, so everyone connects EpiPen to adrenaline. That's my mistake. I'll cut that if that's incorrect.
And we'll never surrender. We won't give up our freedom.
Beautiful voice, I've got to say. He's a MAGA extremist nutcase, but he's got one hell of a voice.
There were bright lights before it all went too dark.
Leader of Latinos for Trump.
And their white lies, they divided our hearts. In the blink of an eye,
I believe this is just a pastor.
we were all left with scars. Listen to man-made decisions, should've trusted God.
In the blink of an eye, left with man-made scars. What does that mean exactly? Let's listen one more time to the whole thing here.
In the blink of an eye, we were all left with scars. Listen to man-made decisions, should've trusted God.
What blink of an eye is he talking about here? I'm sorry, I'm just lost.
You can take all our money, but you can't have our soul. You could burn down our buildings, and we'll still find a home.
Again, that's not happening. That never happened. I don't remember who this guy is, but he's some big influencer on the right.
home.
This one is one of the singers of the Pussycat Dolls. You remember that band, the Pussycat Dolls? Extremely famous.
We will all stick together and we'll never surrender. We won't give up our freedom.
You can obviously tell that this is auto-tuned to hell, right?
From the shores of California all the way down to the Keys.
That one is Forgiato Blow. He's a MAGA rapper also, and he's actually very talented as a singer. He knows how to put a hook together. He knows how to make a beat. I'm super into rap, as it turns out, yeah. He's really, really good at what he does, surprisingly. And he's close friends with Jimmy Levy. Anyway, they're both MAGA nutcases.
Way down to the Keys.
Only he will bring us closer when we fall to our knees.
That's, I love that, dude. That's like my favorite thing ever. Michael Flynn, traitor to the U.S. government, in my opinion, was charged with a crime and pardoned by his friend Donald Trump. Should be in jail. Should have spent the rest of his fucking life in jail. But you know what? Here we are. He's out on the street and singing freedom. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. This criminal, this felon, this piece of trash who sold out the country for $1 has an auto-tuned part in this song. I love the auto-tune. Listen one more time. Dude obviously doesn't know the first thing about singing. Knows nothing about it. Can't even stay on key. Doesn't know what a key is. Unless we're talking coke or something like that. And he gets on stage and he decides to sing.
Only he will bring us closer when we fall to our knees.
I love how it doesn't even sound realistic.
And he'll lift us from the ground so that everyone can see that we never lost our freedom. It's in his glory.
God, that's Big Nick. Big Nick is his name. He's a rapper. Really big on TikTok and on YouTube. Millions of subbies on one or both of those platforms. Got famous with David Dobrik, I think. Dobrik famously harassed him and treated him like scared him, made fun of him, you know, all that other stuff. And it was just like, it was shameless and sad. But he got famous from it, so whatever. And now he's like a Christian rapper or whatever. Getting a message here. Adrenaline is the same as epinephrine. The reason why it's different in the U.S. is that adrenaline was already trademarked. Adrenaline is used as a term preferentially in Europe, while epinephrine is used preferentially in the U.S. The EpiPen is pure adrenaline. Well, maybe not 100% pure in the chemical sense, pure in the sense of that's all that it is. Okay. I appreciate that. Didn't realize. Thank you for clarifying that.
And he'll lift us from the ground so that everyone can see
Again, auto-tuned to hell, although Big Nick is actually a pretty good singer.
that we never lost our freedom. It's in his glory.
You can take all our money, but you can't have our soul.
You can burn down our buildings and we'll still find a home.
That's Liz Crokin, QAnoner extraordinaire, extremist, about as extreme as it gets. Made all kinds of religious claims about Donald Trump. She's a Trump religious follower, like a Trump theology follower.
We will all stick together and we'll never surrender.
We won't give up our freedom. Oh.
I think that this is Jimmy Levy's wife. I could be wrong. And I don't remember who this woman is, but she's another right-wing influencer. Everybody on stage here is extremely well-known and influential in right-wing spheres. Anyway.
Freedom. Oh, we are running from left to right. Yet we find nothing on either side. We'll live in a doubt until we all just figure out that only God gives it to us. God gives us freedom. The Lord, He gives us freedom.
Like, I feel that the beat is off. I don't. They're doing too many steps in between. I don't know. It's just weird.
We just love is freedom.
I feel like that should have gone for like one more whole note.
No, we won't give up our freedom.
That one was correct.
God gives us freedom. Lord, He gives us freedom. We just love His freedom.
See, on the left is Greg Stinchfield. He's a Newsmax host or an OAN host, one of them. He's famous, very famous. And he didn't have a part in this. In fact, if you look through this, you'll notice that he's only in like half of the shots. I guess he wasn't even here for half the song, and then he popped in later and sat next to Big Nick. The sad thing about this is actually like a really well-produced song. It could be a top-tier song. Especially the singer. Oh my God, Jimmy Levy has an absolutely beautiful singing voice. Flawless.
No, we won't give up our freedom.
Yeah, anyway, Trump Latinos, Billboard charting duo. Okay, so he wasn't the leader of Latinos for Trump. That's Maria Grazia. This is Trump Latinos, the band, apparently. Okay. Anyway, God, MAGA music is top tier, some of it, but so insane. Oh my God. Like, I don't have much time here, but just like one more thing. Listen to this song by Forgiato Blow. This is like the beat and the hook on this is top tier. In my opinion, I don't know. Just, it's really, really, really good. And it was wasted on bullshit.
In this guy around.
You know the feds that are sweet, they was knocking at the front door. Patriots pulling up, knocking on the Capitol. You know the feds that are sweet, whoa. You know the feds that are sweet, whoa. Media painting pictures, playing us like criminals. Owning MAGA music coming out of the stereo.
You are criminals. People who showed up at January 6th and rioted are criminals. And they deserve every minute that they spend in jail. Roger Stone is also a criminal who was pardoned by his criminal boss, Donald Trump. And who else we got here? Yeah, I don't know who these other people are, but Jimmy Levy is also a criminal. Should have spent time in jail for all of the, everything that he's, like all the affiliation he's had with these Trump extremists and all of the dirty, illegal, underhanded things that they've taken part in.
Painting pictures, playing us like criminals. Owning MAGA music coming out of the stereo. Oh, yeah. You know the feds that are sweet, whoa. You know the feds that are sweet, whoa. Federal always on my tail. Oh. All the patriots, I wish you well. Oh. You know we went to DC to spread peace. Spread peace. There were more guns on the scene in the Middle East.
You went to DC to spread peace on January 6th? That's what you thought you were doing, spreading peace on January 6th? And who brought those guns exactly, specifically? I mean, police, of course, have guns. Every police officer has guns, right? So he's saying that there were more guns in the Middle East. Excluding the police and their guns, who else had guns? Who brought the guns, I wonder? It's a mystery we'll never solve, apparently. Anyway, it's such a shame that these people are so brainwashed. They are so lost in their head. Because their music is actually really good quality. High quality. This song gets stuck in my head sometimes. And Jimmy Levy's voice is just beautiful.
And we'll still find a home.
Not hers. Nope, not hers either. Where the hell is Jimmy Levy?
Live in a doubt until we all just figure out.
That's flawless, man. This guy's a master at making music and at singing. And it's so sad to see that talent lit on fire for absolutely nothing. Back to this Trump is the Chosen One song. I don't like country music. I think it's terrible and stupid, and it's just, I don't like it. And this song is a country song.
In He's something divine. He gets in trouble bigly time after time.
But her voice is on point. I don't know Natasha Owens, but she knows how to sing. And she also knows how to construct a song with a hook and with the underlying beat and everything. It's flawless, all of it. She is extremely skilled at what she does, a master, if you will. And it's wasted on garbage. It's wasted on being a cult member. Let me rephrase. It's wasted on being a member of the Trump religion, the theology. Cult aside, forget the cult aspect. It's a religion. How did a politician get a religion formed around him like that? This should raise everybody's eyebrows. That's nuts. Anyway, tell me what you think about it in the comments. Beautiful music. Absolutely insane people.